Hi everyone, it's Marissa from BumblebeeApothecary.com, and today I'm going to be doing a what we eat in a day video. This is going to be a cook with me video where I'm going to show you how I'm making everything that we eat today. Also, I'm doing this video in collaboration with one of my YouTube friends, Laura from Our Oily House. She has a fantastic channel where she shares lots and lots of information and recipes surrounding essential oils, how to use them properly, so many ideas of how to use them. She has lots of skincare, DIY videos, food recipes. If you are new to her channel, definitely go and check that out. I know that you're gonna love what she has. And while you're over there checking out her channel, make sure to subscribe. So today, we're starting off with breakfast. The first thing that we're eating is some fresh fruit. We have some organic strawberries, some organic kiwis, and then after that, we're having some bacon. My husband cooked this bacon a little bit earlier in the morning and then left some for us. Makes it a little bit easier, so we appreciate that. And then it's cooled down nicely for the kids too. And I can always heat it up again if I want it warmer. And then we're also doing some boiled eggs. I am just putting the number of boiled eggs that we want into a pan. And then I'm just going to fill the pan with water to cover the eggs. Add a lid. Bring this to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, I'm going to take it off the heat, leave the lid on, and set the timer for 10 minutes. And then after that, drain out the water. Let them cool for a little bit in cold water. I'll get rid of all the hot water. Put them in cold water so it cools them down, stops the cooking. And then we'll peel them and eat them. Sure. There we go.
Yes.
How is it?
Yummy.
Oh, good. And then we try to include fermented food as often as possible. So with breakfast, our go-to is oftentimes sauerkraut. So this is a really good opportunity here. I wanted to share something. It's related to a video that I did recently on whether or not we eat snacks, and I talked about how there's different, times when we'll have something that could be more considered a snack food, but in general, we try not to do that. And there were a lot of questions and things about that because obviously there's a lot of different, times in life where we're growing or pregnant or nursing and we need to eat more than 3 meals a day. And so I wanted to show this in action, just kind of what we do here. So here, this guy, he was still hungry. We ate breakfast a couple hours ago and he's hungry again, so he is getting more boiled eggs. Usually what we'll do is we'll grab something or I'll offer something that was from a previous meal. So we had boiled eggs at breakfast, so we had some more of those, and so he got a couple more of those and is eating those. So it's not like we're definitely not going without food or anything like that. It's just what we're choosing to eat, I guess, is maybe a better way to describe it. So instead of reaching for something different, like a snack food that would be, less ideal, we go for something that would be considered a meal, something that we would be eating at one of our regular meals. And that way we're just getting higher quality nutrition, better nutrients, rather than any compromised foods. So that is that little bit in action. The cleanup is always a necessary part in between all of the meals. For today's lunch, I'm going to be doing a salad with lettuce and leftover steak and a homemade dressing that I'm going to show you how to make. So first I'm just going to start off by shredding up some of my lettuce leaves into a bowl. Then I'm going to take my leftover steak. This is just some, I think it's New York strip steak, but any kind of steak will do. And I'm just going to cut it into thin strips. And then just add that to my bowl of lettuce. Then I'm going to make the dressing that will go along with this. It's very easy, and I always just eyeball the measurements. This is just a salad dressing bottle that I just reuse over and over again. So I'm gonna say fill up the bottle. Depends on the amount that you want to make, but it's about to here with olive oil. And then I'll add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just, you know, about that much more. And then I'll add a good, generous squirt of some Dijon mustard. They're small squirts, so we're doing several of them. And then put on the lid and just shake that up. Just drizzle that in the amount that we like over the salad. You can add so many other things to this salad, like cucumbers, tomatoes, you know, sprouts, whatever you have. I don't have those on hand right now. So it's delicious just like this with steak and lettuce and then that dressing. So, lettuce, steak pieces. For tonight's dinner, I was going to do braised beef short ribs, and I do have one package of short ribs, and then I realized I only have the one package, so I also have these beef shanks here that I'm going to be doing along with my package of short ribs. Any meaty bone, any bone with meat on it that's beef is going to work fine. So I'm going to start by searing these. I have some bacon grease in my cast iron Dutch oven. I'm going to sear them on all sides, first of all. Oh, and then I'm also going to preheat my oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And then after I'm done searing the ribs and other meaty bones, I'm going to chop up one onion and then some garlic cloves, about 4 garlic cloves, and then add those to the pot of hot bacon grease. Next, I'm going to add a little can of tomato paste, and then half a cup of a dry wine. Red wine is ideal, but I just have dry white wine, and that's fine. That will work as well. I'm going to also add a nice, generous shake of my favorite Baja Gold sea salt. And the nice thing about this recipe is that when you're cooking meaty bones like this, you are making your own beef stock or beef broth at the same time. So you don't have to add a beef broth at this step. You're going to end up with it at the end. So I'm just going to stir that around a little bit, make sure everything's kind of, you know, incorporated, smooth. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my meat back to the pot. And you want everything as submerged as possible, so I'm going to add a little bit more water just to kind of make sure that everything is in there nicely. And then I'm going to add my lid and then put this into my 325 degree Fahrenheit oven, and then it's going to bake in there for at least 4 hours. 4 to 6 is a good range. So it's going to be at least 4 hours, maybe 5, depending on exactly when we eat today. And then right before we're going to be ready to eat, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start a cauliflower mash that we're going to eat with this. So a little while before I want to serve dinner, then I'm going to go ahead and make my cauliflower mash. So I have some bags of riced cauliflower that I bought frozen, and I left them out on the counter so that they would thaw and cook more quickly. So I have my cast iron pan over here with some butter melting in it, and I'm just going to add the riced cauliflower to the pan and cook it in the melted butter to make my cauliflower mash. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take my beef out of the oven, and I'm going to take the meat out, and then I'm going to reduce the broth sauce portion that's left in there by cooking it on high heat. I'm just going to put the meat itself back into the oven. I lowered the temperature as low as I could down to 170 just to keep it warm without still continuing to cook them or drying them out or anything. And then that will give me a nice thicker sauce to be able to serve with them. Be like a concentrated beef stock sauce. Alright, and it comes out of the oven. Yeah, okay. So leave it there. Yes, it is hot. So I have this sauce part up at a boil. I'm going to try to reduce it down by about half, and then everything will be ready to serve. Alright, so now you can see how it's reduced down by about half, and it's noticeably thicker. You like it?
Yeah.
Eat with good manners. You might need to get a knife to cut. For dessert tonight, we are doing one of our favorite, really easy and very nutrient-dense desserts, Russian custard. I have a big glass 4-cup pitcher, and in it I'm going to put egg yolks. For this many people, I usually try to do a dozen egg yolks. And when we're doing raw like this, I'm always very careful to use high quality eggs from a source that I trust. Usually for raw eggs, I do them from our chickens that we raise ourselves. That way I know, where they came from and that they are high quality and very fresh. Next, I'm going to add some vanilla extract. I usually eyeball this, but I aim for adding about a teaspoon. And then about 2 or 3 teaspoons of raw honey. Next, I'm going to take my hand mixer and I'm just going to whip it at high speed until the mixture is much lighter colored and nice and fluffy. And once it looks like that, you can see how it's, expanded a lot because of the air incorporated into it. So there seems to be more, and it's a nice light color, nice light and fluffy, and it's ready to serve and enjoy. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along and seeing what we eat in a day and how I cooked everything. Make sure to head on over to Laura's channel at Our Oily House and check out her videos and subscribe. She also has a fantastic essential oils masterclass that's completely free and packed with amazing information on using essential oils and everything related to them. I'll also leave a link to her website down below in the description box so that you can check that out. Alright, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.